Good afternoon. Due to Mother Nature keeping everyone home this past week, the regular City Council meeting February 16, 2021 is being held today, February 22nd, 2021. We would like to say thank you to our first responders, police and fire, public works, water and light department crews, and also park and rec helped out during this past week. They all did an outstanding job, and we hope that everyone was safe and came out of last week without any bruises or broken bones. We'll start off our meeting with the invocation led by Lynn Bryan and the Pledge of Allegiance, followed with Councilwoman Nettie Davis.
Could you please stand? Bow your head. Father, thank Thee for Thy many blessings. Keep us from harm. Guide us and teach us to be true to each other, ourselves, and Thee. Amen.
Yeah.
Attention, salute, pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll now call the meeting to order, and I'll call on our Vice President, Buddy Palmer, for confirmation to the amendment in the agenda order.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today I'd like to confirm the agenda order with one addition, and that would be proclamation of local emergency, and that would be item number 7.
Second.
I have a second by Mr. Whittington. All in favor? Motion carries. We'll move to proclamations, recognitions, and report agendas. Proclamations, there are none at this time. Recognition, Boy, Girl Scouts, there are none. Employee recognitions, there are none. Public recognitions, I will start off with Ms. Nettie Davis.
Okay, I want to apologize to Jackie Clayton. I thought I had the invocation and he was going to pray, so I get him to do it the next time. But I'd like for us to be in prayer. We've just lost a lot of people even going into 2020. But I'd like for us to be in prayer for the Norwood family, Christine Norwood. That's Jeff Norwood that coaches at Tupelo High's mom passed. And she was a neighbor of mine and real special, so she will be memorialized at the Arch tomorrow.
Coach Beard?
I'd like to thank the administration and all the workers of the Tupelo that kept us going this past week. I didn't get out of the house, but I didn't get a call from anybody in Ward 3 complaining about anything, so I know you did a great job. And I want to thank you for it. And I would also recognize one of the guys in the county, Tommy Lee Ivy, lost his wife, and I think her funeral was this past week, and just prayers go out to him and his family.
Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. President, I just want to echo what Travis and Mr. President said about the work that the administration and the public works and Johnny's team at Water and Light, Park and Rec, and Don had done to keep the city safe and keep the streets clear. I didn't hear any complaints either, and y'all did an outstanding job, and I'm proud of the work you guys do.
I don't have anything.
I'd like to echo what Travis said and what some of the other of my colleagues said. Public Works did a fantastic job. Tupelo Water and Light did a great job. Don Lewis, the leader, I guess you were the command person, did a great job. And I think we had a lot of good things in place. And I'd like to say that the police department did a great job. They were out in my area helping pushing cars up roads in some areas. So I think that y'all did a good job too.
Yes, Mr. President, I would like to echo on
some of the things that I heard from my colleagues, and especially I wanted to say my condolences to Mr. Tommy Ivey, Miss Barbara Ivey. I've been knowing them for over 40-something years. That was a tragedy. I went to that funeral on Saturday, and it was a sad occasion. And also some others, but I didn't know them, but I know of them that passed. And I want to get to the city employees, the administration, Don, the mayor, and all the department heads. I called Chuck several times, called Don a few times. It wasn't so much of a complaint, it was just concerns, and I got good response. I like that the list that Don sent out by each, all over the city, but it hits all the wards, that the streets that was being cleared, so I like that. Let people know what street was going to be cleared. So I like that idea that was done. And I'm so glad that we didn't have any power outage. If it was probably one or so. I don't think we had any, Johnny. We done good. So we was blessed compared to other states. And also I would just like to mention about the COVID-19 testing going on. I know they're saying that they want more leaders to step up and get the word out to minorities and other people. So my message will be to all the people to take that shot. I got mine scheduled for this coming Monday, but I got to go to Oxford to get it, but I am glad that I finally got one. And so I'm encouraging everyone that we can more get the message out as a city and the community that people need to take that shot, because that's the only thing that's going to drive this virus down and where we can get to some type of normalcy back. The numbers are already going down. I know a lot is going down because the last week everybody's been staying at home. But the shot is the one that's going to really drive this down and where people can get back to some normalcy. But people are anxious to get out. I had never seen so many kids are so anxious to go to school because they've never been out this long. So that's a good sign. When they do get back, maybe they'll go to school on a more regular basis. So I want to thank the city for what they're doing. And we're one of the leading cities in North Mississippi are doing things. And I talk to some, our politics everywhere I go out, even at the funeral. People say, how y'all do this and how y'all do that? That's one thing, because we got a team of leaders that works together. So that makes a difference. I want to echo my colleagues that I feel like we've done a good job in supporting our department head and our administration are working together on trying to get some of these things accomplished. And it showed up in this ice storm. So that's all I have.
Mr. President, could I mention one other thing?
Mr. Palmer?
If we could remember David Puckett, he's having the funeral tomorrow, and I know everybody in the city of Tupelo knows David, so I think we should remember him too.
Ms. Davis?
I just like, if we have not remembered Mr. Tommy Morgan in some kind of way, that the city will do some kind of gesture to let him know that we're thinking about him. I don't know whether the city knew about, everybody knew about it, but his wife hadn't been sick a long time, and it just
Tommy Lee.
happened.
Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee Ivey. Yeah, so I'd like to see us do some kind of gesture on that to him.
Okay. And again, we've all said, but I still want to say it again, because I don't think that we can say it too much. But Chief Gary, Chief Walker, Mr. Johnny Timmons, Chuck Williams, Alex Farned, Don, Lewis, Mayor Shelton, and if I've left anyone else out, we do appreciate your hard work this past week. And at this time, I'll turn it over to the mayor's remarks.
Thank you, President Bryan, and I want to thank the council as well. We'll get to it when we get to the proclamation, but the council, one of the council members alluded to, this is a team effort, and the council, the support, making sure that we have the resources is just a crucial part of that. I am very, very proud of our team's response. We did, starting with the legal team, Ben and Stephen prepared the proclamation of local emergency right on the cusp of the emergency event. We executed that. Chief Walker, became administrator of disaster response, and Chief Operations Officer Don Lewis oversaw the administrative response. And it's just I don't want to get overly political, but it's just an example that who's in place matters when a situation like this occurs. Having, people like Don and Chief Walker and all the other people that you mentioned, President Bryan, having folks like that in place to oversee the response matters. And, I don't want to point fingers at other cities across, wherever that were impacted by winter weather, but not everybody's response was as good as the city of Tupelo's, and that's because of these outstanding people that we have in key positions in the city of Tupelo. So I certainly want to thank them, but again, I want to thank the city council. Without the council making sure that the administration has the resources, the equipment needed, then they're not going to be in a position to respond. Council members mentioned the loss for the Norwood family, and Supervisor Ivy and David Pocket would echo those remarks, and also just again our condolences to our city attorney Ben Logan, the loss of his father. Just a lot of loss right here, and keep all those families in your prayers. I'll go through the proclamation again when we get to that as an agenda item, so I won't do that in great detail now. Would just echo Councilman Jennings' remarks on COVID. The vaccine is really, as a global society, it's really just our one opportunity to get back to normal, to get widespread of all races, gender, age, whatever your background, the vaccination, whichever, whether it be Moderna or Johnson & Johnson or Pfizer or whichever one, the COVID vaccination is our best hope to get back to normal. So we encourage everybody to get that, and with that, we conclude the mayor's report at this time.
Thank you, Mayor Shelton. We'll close the regular meeting, open up the public agenda. Public hearings, there are none. Appeals, there are none. Citizens hearings, there are none. We'll close the public agenda and move back into the regular session. Move to the action agenda. No action agenda. Routine agenda. Item 1, in the matter of City Council minutes for February 5th, 2021.
I move that we would approve the minutes of February the 5th.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Davis, second by Coach Beard. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. We'll move to item 2. Let's see here. In the matter of bill pay.
I make a motion that we pay bills.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Jennings, second by Mr. Palmer. The bills were paid today by Mr. Whittington, Coach Beard, Mr. Jennings, Ms. Davis, and Mr. Bryan, under the watchful eye of Tracy Dillard. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 3, in the matter of advertising and promotional items.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Bryan, second by Mr. Jennings. Ms. Hannah, there's no, we'll move on to item 4, in the matter of planning committee minutes.
I move we approve these minutes.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Palmer, second by Mr. Bryan. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 5, in the matter of accepting Mississippi Attorney General Lynn Finch MOU for Internet Crimes Against Children.
Make a motion, we accept.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Winnington, second by Coach Beard. Chief?
Yes, sir. May I first say that one of our retired police officers, Jesse King, lost his son on the 16th. He was 48 years old, but my wife was a physical therapist, and she had little Jesse as one of her patients early on, adored him and thought a lot about him. But Jesse King was one of our own officers, and I thought just like to publicly, pay my condolences to him and his family as well. In the matter of our MOU, this is one that we've had in the past with Attorney General Jim Hood, and since the election, and we have Ms. Lynn Finch, we have a new MOU under her, and so this is just a continuation of that same MOU. And this allows the Tupelo Police Department to have a task force for the crimes against children, and this allows us a lot of training, a lot of investigative tools as well to conduct this investigation. So we just ask that we be allowed to extend this MOU.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you, Chief. Item 6, in the matter of Bill Award 2021-003, WL.
Make a motion, we award the bid.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Winnington, second by Coach Beard. Mr. Johnny Timmons.
Yes, sir. Council probably remembers back last year, you awarded a bid for water extension basically from Harrisburg Baptist Church to what you all probably know as the Hancock Farm, which we had it deemed as the project the Hive. That's been completed, and so now we're ready to move into the second phase, and that's put sewer to the Hive project. The good thing about it was T.L. Wallace was the low bid. T.L. Wallace is actually the one that put the water line in, so we had a little bit of advantage on bidding the project. We had 9 bidders, and I recommended you to T.L. Wallace for $517,967 to install sewer.
Any discussion?
John, I got just what you call a question that you don't know until you ask it. So they done the water sewer part itself. So will that sewer line be running parallel to that?
Yes, sir. We used the same right-of-way. We laid the water in, and we actually even, while they were boring under Coonamont Creek, we went ahead and put a bore under Coonamont for the sewer. So we knew this was coming, so we saved ourselves some money not having to, remobilize.
And the reason I asked that question, when you're going to do a water line and the sewer line is parallel, there ain't no way that they can do both at the same time?
No, sir. It was, cost-wise, to be honest with you, we were really running close on our budget. So we bid the water first, which we knew was the higher price project. And then, believe it or not, this actually come inside budget on the sewer. So it worked out as a win-win for us.
Okay, thank you.
Further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. We'll move to item 7, proclamation of emergency, or proclamation of local emergency.
I move we accept this proclamation.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Palmer, second by Mr. Jennings. Mayor Shelton.
Thank you, President Bryan. A lot of this has been covered in the council and mayor's reports. But just again, say this was a, probably a 20-year or more event, weather event. We've had tornadoes and pandemics, and really the only thing that this council and administration had not dealt with was an ice storm. And so we need to go ahead and get this out of the way too. But we, again, very proud of our team. Ben and Stephen had the proclamation prepared as soon as it was really apparent that we were going to be in an emergency situation. And the emergency lasted really all week until at least Saturday, and if not yesterday in a lot of places. So again, as the council's aware, I've got a few emails, Public Works and Water and Light, Police, Fire, Park and Recreation, all of our departments were in emergency mode all week long, all did a fantastic job, and we just respectfully request that the council ratify the proclamation of local emergency at this time. Thank you.
I did get a motion and second on that, correct? Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. I do want to say there's a little lady, Cecilia Palmer, has started something, and she wanted to play a little prank on Mr. Buddy Palmer on his birthday.
Calm down over there.
So now we have started singing a birthday to each council member. And I was told 30 seconds before the meeting started that we have someone that's got a birthday Wednesday. So it's Mr. Jennings. Do you have a birthday Wednesday?
If I can remember right, I didn't take my medicine, I think so.
So, Mr. Palmer,
Yes.
your adorable little wife started a routine. So I'm going to let you lead happy birthday to Mr. Jennings.
Happy
Birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. If y'all want to buy that record, just let us know.
And that will end our, let me move on. That will close our regular session. We'll move to the study agenda, no items. Executive session, no executive session. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Motion, Mr. Jennings, second, Mr. Palmer, to adjourn. All in favor, motion carries. Thank y'all for coming.
Ma'am.